Hey everyone, it's Artful Artsy Amy, and I'm going to show you a simple way to edit away the green screen of a background of an image. So we're going to start with a photo editing program. You could use Photoshop, whatever you have. I like Pixlr, Pixlr.com, because it's free, it's online, but it thinks the same way that Photoshop thinks. So if students have Photoshop at home or they go on to high school and they have Photoshop there, they can continue to use the same thought process. When you get to Pixlr, you just scroll down and look for the butterfly. That's always the editor, and we're going to launch that web app. When we get there, it's going to ask us if we would like to open an image from our computer. We would. So your image might be somewhere else, but today we're going to do open image from computer. So you're going to go find the image you want. So this is the image I want. And you can zoom in or zoom out, whatever you like. The first thing we're going to do is get rid of this little padlock. This is a hard word for students to understand. Padlock doesn't have a lot of meaning for them. So I just try to tell them to look for the blue bar where it says background, and then you double click here. Right now it's keeping everything locked, and that's going to limit us from being able to save this as an image with a transparent or clear background. And we need that clear background in order to green screen, or what we call chroma keying. So we're going to double click there. Now it's gone. That's fine. And then we're going to grab our color picker tool. It's down here in the bottom of the toolbox, and if you hover, it's called color picker. And this is the color we currently have picked. It's black. We actually want to pick green. We don't want to pick the... So we're going to grab this color picker tool. It's in the bottom left-hand side of our toolbox. It looks like an eyedropper. If you hover, it calls it a color picker, and it's going to help us pick the color we want to manipulate. Right now, the color is black. We want to select something of this green screen. We don't want the lightest color and we don't want the darkest color. We want something in between. So I'm going to select maybe right about here. And then we're going to click on our paint bucket tool. It looks just like a paint bucket. And then up here, do you see where it says contiguous? Contiguous? I don't know, that word is tripping me up today. I'm so sorry. We're going to click on that and just unclick it. And then you're going to go ahead and you're going to start clicking on your green background. And you can see it's replacing all of those shadows. So the shadows can sort of be a pain in your rear end, which is why it's important when you set up your lights that you have adequate lighting. So I'm just going to keep clicking. You can see it's really nicely getting rid of the background. Now, did you see what happened when I clicked the darkest? It kind of went green in his eyes. It's picking up other colors that are the same. So if I don't like that, I can do edit, undo. And to manipulate that particular area, I might want to grab my paintbrush tool. And that's right here, and I can change the size to whatever I want, and I can just sort of get rid of it that way. That's kind of timely. And in fact, for this image, I just want the head. I don't even need that shoulder, so I'm really not that worried about it. Now here's how you just have only the head. You just grab the paintbrush tool that you want, and you can make it larger or bigger down here. I kind of like to have it nice and big because I don't want to take forever. And that's something you're going to have to remind students of, that like this class is not editing away green screen. It's, you know, we're using the green screen to do something else, because they kind of get into this, and you can lose a lot of valuable class time to students just playing with the photo editor. Another cool trick that you can do, and I'll show you that actually in just a second, so it's not so harsh right there around his beard. It's an optional tool. So just get it exactly however you want. There's a little bit of green in his forehead. That's not great, but I can deal with that. So once it's there, you're going to click on your magic wand tool, which looks just like a magic wand tool. It's in the upper left-hand part. And then you're just going to click on that green, and marching ants will appear. And then you're going to go to edit, cut, and there you are. You have just the face. This checkerboard means that it's clear or transparent. I usually like to crop it down so I don't just have a bunch of extra image, but that again is optional. So one of the things you can do if you don't like this harsh kind of edge down here around the beard is you can get your eraser tool, and you can actually pick what shape the eraser takes. So this would be like a hard circle. I'll show you what I mean. So I don't like that, so I'm gonna do edit undo. But I also can do kind of more of like this, almost like a spray paint tool. So I'll show you, click right here. See how it does that? It's kind of nice, right? So I'm gonna use that tool, and what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna sort of go around the edge a little bit, and it's gonna make that edge a lot less harsh, so that if I put it into another, you know, like obviously his beard is probably kind of fuzzy down here. It's not so harsh. It won't look, you know, quite so sticker-like. But this is like a total optional step. And, and if I was doing this with second graders, I would not show them this step because I'm not about that life, right? So once it's the way I like it, it's time to save it. I'm going to go to File, and I'm going to go to Save, and you name it whatever you want. So I'm going to say John Face Edited. John is my husband, by the way, very generously donated his image for this. We want to make sure the image is PNG, because right now, do you see how that's white? That means when you import this picture into something, it's going to be a white background. We don't want that. We want it to be clear, so we're going to choose the transparent full quality. There it is. And we're going to click OK, and we're going to save it wherever it is we want to save it. Click Save, and now it's saved, okay? So that's how you edit away a green screen background. I'm going to show you another video and talk about the different ways in which you can use an image where the green screen has been edited away to meld it with something else. And there's different programs you can use, and depending on the age of your students, you're going to prefer some over others.